So it looks like we're going to see Casey versus Steve Cellucci for this round. Casey will be playing dark. Steve will be playing light.
All right. So I was going to ask Dan. Let's see. Can you see me?
Yep, I can see you.
Yep. So I was going to ask Dan to fix this. It's a little bit crooked, the curtain, but he went to a coin flip. So I'll try to catch him the next time. His game went long. But we have Steven Cellucci against Casey Anus.
Yeah,
And I think
a good one.
Casey is dark.
Casey's been kind of a heater recently. He's been playing really well. Cellucci is always a good player, but we haven't seen him in a while.
Yeah.
He's just getting active again. So this should be fun. Looks like Steve is on hunt down.
Steve is 4-0. I'm assuming Casey is as well. Not sure.
Or Casey's on hunt down. Steve is on QMC, it looks like. Yeah, I believe they are both undefeated.
Yep. I played against Casey's hunt down at Worlds this past year, day 3, and it was just what you would expect from hunt down. Multiple copies of I Am Your Father. He played Hyperwave Scan on the downtown plaza and relied on that to do damage, and it was high destinies. Good deck. We'll see if he's running something similar.
It's a tough game to watch. I thought that he was surely going to lose by like 30. Yeah, Hyperwave Scan really changes the math, I think.
Yeah, I didn't know that card existed, so that was interesting.
How do you feel about this matchup? Hunt down versus QMC.
I think it's always traditionally favored QMC. I was always happy to see it as a QMC player. Especially, you get Harksef out, you're getting all that extra force from Harksef. You can mitigate the damage with the North Corridor fairly easily. You string out Vader. And especially, I mean, that was QMC back in the day when it was full of crappy guys like, I don't know, like Rose. Now it's like even stronger. So I would imagine QMC has the advantage in this matchup. What do you think, Jeremy?
I agree with you, and we'll see if Steve is playing that 6th site, Incinerator. I think that'll be also really good in this matchup.
At a certain point, I think you just run out of guys with Hunt down.
Yeah. Not to mention that Harksef also lets you turbo out your sites if they're playing Dark Jedi.
Yep, absolutely. The only thing I think Steve is too much of a veteran player for this, but if he top decks unwisely and loses some sites or something, I guess it could go bad.
I did take a look at Steve's hand when he drew it, and I did see the Incinerator. So Gick. He's got a pretty good hand, it looks like.
Okay.
Wait, I see a neighbor in Leeds. Okay. It's not a card I was expecting. Maybe this is a beatdown version?
Neighbor in Leeds.
Pretty sure that's what I saw.
Interesting. Yep, I saw it for sure. Alternatives shouldn't really matter that much this game. We'll see if he plays sand,
It looks like
because that might matter in
Casey went with
space.
the 12 card start.
Yep.
Gets Forlom out.
See if he gets the early Van A. I think that'll charge his startup. Playing Forlom first isn't too good. You figure you would drop his sights first. If he had any. I don't know, at least for me, it's if I have locations, I dump them first thing.
No locations for Casey. That's kind
That's
of
tough.
brutal.
That's really brutal. It's 12 card starts, high variance, but no, I am your father. So they're each going to lose to Hunt Down. Steve loses. Is that alternatives?
Yeah. Casey loses the 2-2.
Okay. Is that from hand?
Yeah, from hand.
Okay.
Both from hand.
Yep.
Steve's got a Jedi Master in his hand. I couldn't tell if it was Yoda or Qui-Gon or somebody.
Yeah, Yoda would make sense. He's getting his Harksef out. That's going to give him a boatload of force. I guess that's one aspect where slows him down a little bit. That Casey doesn't get his activation, but I'm sure Casey would rather have his icons.
Yeah.
No first turn Vader.
I mean, QMC gives up quite a few icons, so Casey won't be hurting too much.
Yeah, it's true. All right, so Steve is going to play. I'm sure he's going to get a sight. He'll get his Harksef out. Harksef's going to be, especially with no first turn Vader, you get that extra sight pool when Vader does come out. Vader costs +1, which is not a small thing. Steve's reading Rio Durant. I don't know what that guy does either. The monkey guy. Are there no sights in there? Is he going to get a verification? No. Looks like it, right? That's some bad luck. So Steve activates 6 force and gets all his sights. So he has 1 in hand, so he activated 3 sights. It's pretty miserable. So both guys, both Steve and Casey getting kind of screwed early on. That's why we play the game, I guess. It's for the variance. Well, he's going to use force to play Harksep this turn, so we'll see. Hopefully he'll use one of his sights so he can get it next turn.
Fortunately, I keep getting kicked off Team Viewer, so I can't
No,
change
sorry.
the names. I assume it's the internet connection that's just kicking me off.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Can I change it on my end?
Yeah. Do you know how to use OBS?
No. I'm like technically unsavvy.
Yeah, if you open up, I mean, you could do it. It's pretty simple.
Yeah.
If you just open up OBS. So Steve did not pull a sight, is what you're saying? He didn't have any in his reserve deck?
Yeah, he activated 3 locations, it looks like.
Well, they're all.
He gave him verification.
Yeah. Is that his hand or his force pile?
So he drew one site, right? Because he didn't deploy Incinerator that wasn't in his hand.
Yeah, then he drew the rest of it. So he has 3 sites in his hand.
So maybe one more. Maybe the docking bay he used for Heartsef.
Interesting. Maybe he just figures, yeah, Casey hasn't drawn any of his locations, don't want to give him extra force.
Right. In case he doesn't have the Emperor shuttle, that would have been a good time for that. In case he's just trying.
Yeah, I think he went to draw some profits.
This is like retro Star Wars.
Yep, there's the security tower. So we're gonna have like 7 sites on Cloud City.
Yeah.
Casey just has like a 20 card hand now. Loses the security tower. Interesting. How do you feel about that?
Seems bad. Seems like he's gonna need the icons. I'm not. Maybe he's just gonna rely on Stevens, but it gives Steven the option to not play that many, like to control the activation for. Like I don't see Steven playing the North Quarter right now. That wouldn't make any sense. You can't let Casey take it over.
Yeah, what if Steve just pays 3 to drain for 1 and draws? Like, what does Casey
Yeah.
do?
What other sites he plays the West Gallery? I could see him getting the West Gallery out. Right now, the activation. So with Harksef, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And Casey has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I don't understand that one. Yeah, Hobby. He has lost 2 sets of vision, but they were both choices by Casey. He didn't top deck them.
Yeah, I mean, I understand that if you think the security tower is going to be a liability in QMC, but you just need your activation so badly.
Yeah, I think the trade-off is, or I would understand like losing that if you still kept the downtown plazas, you could retrieve it.
That's true. Yeah.
But it is bold. I think that's a good word for it. Maybe his game plan is to just take over Steve's sites, but he doesn't know that he plays the 6th site. Yeah, especially with his starting hand is as bad as it is. I think you're right, Hobby. That I think you gotta get that out. But we'll see.
So Steve opting for the West Gallery.
Yep, that makes sense. That's the one to play, I think. Maybe the docking bay would make some sense too. But I think you hold the North Quarter right now.
Yeah. Okay, here's sand.
Okay.
And that's Rescue in the Clouds and Bayless. Steve only has 2 characters in, so we'll probably just draw up, see if we can find more. That was a Celebration Industry. Galfowl.
Yeah, I mean the long game favors Cellucci here. So like just take his time, draw into your
Yeah.
aliens, don't get monarched. They're both playing drop, thrown back. I mean, this is one thing where Casey's at a disadvantage, right? Because he played 12 card hand, so his hand's going to be clogged. So Cellucci controls his hand somewhat too. That's interesting. I think you're right, Jeremy. I think just paying paying to drain.
Yeah.
It's not the worst play right now. Like activate, pay to drain, go.
Exactly. Yeah. Just take the damage race. Just make Casey blink, basically. sure what that. Oh, was that thrown back? Was that what that was?
Yeah, thrown back.
It looks like Casey is planning on making a play for space.
Yeah, but with sand out, it's going to be tricky.
It's true.
So Casey gets 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So he can't even play the Emperor. Once the shuttle comes out, you believe that Don't Do It Again's gonna. Sorry, the Goldenrod's gonna come out. He's gonna need to save for the shuttle, which is just feels bad. And the Harkstep's immune less than 6 with a power destiny. Like he's gonna outpower him. Yeah, and then saving those cards just gives up his strategy. That's interesting. I wonder if that thrown back helps him. What do you think?
I was thinking the same thing. Yeah, I don't know.
Like that's an end of turn action. So could he do that at the end of Casey's turn? After Casey had to make a decision whether to draw or not? Because right now this gives Casey flexibility to draw like 3, hit his. I don't know what he's looking for. His Mustafa site. It's interesting.
In a turn, if opponent has 15 or more cards, use 2 first to shuffle all but 9 in its use pile. But Casey has his own shield, which lets him save 2 cards, essentially.
Right. So he saved those. I guess he has 4 Lam, so he can set up his hand. What a weird game. He's getting I Am Your Father out.
Yeah, I don't know if that was worth 2 force.
I don't know either.
Standpoint.
Or you just wait till the end of Casey's turn.
Yeah.
Make him draw. And then do it. It's kind of like Benji's insert earlier that you just you wait to do it at a more opportune time, or Apollo Monarch Twin. Should have waited until the new secret base pull happened first.
Okay, we see
All right.
I Am Your Father from Casey and Sando Aqua Monster. Interesting.
Yeah. He's just getting cards out of his hand. Sando helps him in space, gets around sand. So that's good. Especially if he can track the 4 Lam.
In that case, he just draws. We're going to see like 10 force from Visage here before anything happens. Or any other damage happens. Yeah, I think if I'm Cellucci, I just pay 3 to drain 1 and draw.
Yep. Improve your hand through Visage. I mean, another play Cellucci has is to flip, right? You flip with Maz and some cheap guy, and then you're really setting up your hand.
Yeah.
Casey gives Cellucci a verification. I saw 1 shuttle. You know that he's protecting the other shuttle. I see an infiltrator. We're just looking at space because that's really, I think, where it's going to matter. I mean, Cellucci's hand isn't great. It's got a bunch of situational red. Figrin Dan. Oh, Calthal is good. He just wants to
He might go Calthal, Bodal Nodes,
flip, and then yeah, get mass, get watering hole, set it up. At this point, maybe just stack Bespin. I mean, what spies does Hunt Down play? I mean, like nothing, right?
Maybe.
Yeah, 1 spy. Maybe a U3PO, but doubtful. And he has a neighbor, right? So he's safe. Plus, he can draw on the path whenever he wants. Or maybe it's a trap.
Looks like he has the second copy of Alternatives as well.
Yep.
This is the
Steve,
Incinerator. Interesting.
he's definitely in the driver's seat right now.
I don't know how I feel about losing the Incinerator.
I'm not sure about that. I mean, I don't know. It's probably okay. You didn't really ever need it in the matchup. Yeah, I think Steve. I don't know his experience as QMC, but I would feel very confident with this matchup to begin with, and then to see Casey's slow start. I mean, it's like he can do whatever he wants. I think he needs to get the. No, I don't know. I was gonna say it's good to get the docking bay out, but maybe not.
Yeah. Just gives Casey a place to put the Blizzard 4.
Yep. Yoda's gonna keep Hunt down flipped all game. He has to be careful a little bit here. Make sure that Calfal goes down to the 1-0 so he doesn't get barriered. Although he probably has path, he's probably okay.
He has Sujix in hand too.
Yep. So Calfal to the 2-1. Let's see if Casey barriers.
Nope, no barrier into the modal
Nope.
nodes. So there's the flip.
Right.
Alright, we'll see
Interesting.
photographs here. This will tell us a lot about Cellucci's plan.
Yep.
Just looking at Leia's resistant transport. It's pretty good.
That is good. No Ray. So that means Ray's in. Ray could be in use pile. It's possible.
I don't think I saw Ray in there.
Okay.
Celebration. Okay.
All right.
No goldenrod from KC. Just a free Ray.
No Imperial detention out for Casey. So yeah,
Detention, yeah.
free Ray. Free Ray. Let's see what he pulls for the use pile pull. This is when Light Eyes just started to
Yeah.
steamroll with all the pulls. It's so smooth. That space is way more solid now.
So Path, Chewy, Catwall.
Those are some pretty crappy choices.
Probably just grab a Path here, right? Unless you feel like you need an alien. So you got Chewy.
Yeah, I'd grab Path. Maybe Lisa. Maybe thinking Chewy. I'm not sure
You
about
got
that.
Chewy, yeah.
I mean, it's all about the same. I don't love Ketwall. I know it's a cheap alien, but I'd almost rather like play Towels or something.
Looking at that North Corridor. I think you should wait on that.
I don't think you should play the North Corridor. I guess you're flipped, so he can't cancel Steve's drains, but I think you want to save that to inevitably Vader's gonna come down, right? Inevitably he'll take a site and then you put the North Corridor down away from like at the far end.
Yeah.
He doesn't need the force.
Do you leave the modal nodes there by themselves? Nope. Guess not. I think there's an argument for leaving the modal nodes by themselves.
I agree. Yeah, especially since he can pull the path. I think I would totally do that. Yep.
I mean, you got Hujix, you're not too worried about a beatdown. Casey commits a bunch of resource to that site, you're totally fine.
Yeah, you want Casey to waste his force.
Yeah.
And then you throw the North Corridor at the other end.
Exactly, yeah. So I would just leave him there.
Yeah, I think it's good. Unless he's worried about sack, maybe.
Wait, hunt down?
Yeah, it's possible. I don't know. I don't mind that play. Leave one and move Calf out to safety. I don't know about drawing here. I would just save it. There wasn't that much in the force power to want. I think the force power is better as a threat.
Yeah, plus he's got
Top
Ray.
deck.
Doesn't need to draw at all.
Yeah, it's true. Computer interface virtual goes. Sith Fury. Looks like cold feet. Can't tell what that is. Casey Sonics for another. He's gonna give Steve another verify. I guess it doesn't really matter at this point.
Pretty typical stuff there.
Yep.
Nothing surprising. Steve's next turn is going to be great.
Yeah.
He's got a really good hand now.
Yeah, and Casey's still paying +1. I don't know how much Casey has saved. Maybe 1 or 2 cards, but he's only getting 7 to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Maybe he'll have 9 or 10 to play with this turn.
Yeah.
He plays a Jedi, that's its entire turn.
Steve took Maz into hand out of force pile.
Okay, I like that.
Alright, Casey's finally doing something. There's Vader. So Steve is going to get the docking bay out of his deck.
Yep.
Overseer.
I don't know how to update the name Silver Glen. Jeremy, is
Unfortunately,
this?
Silver Glen I don't have access to the team viewer right now.
We'll,
The internet connection.
yeah, we'll get it fixed for game 6.
But it's Steve Cellucci and Casey Anus. Okay, so we see a path. Steve just getting out of dodge there.
Yep.
No grab from Casey.
Let's retrieve that right back.
I think you just have to grab it.
Yeah.
I think you're so far behind that.
Unless he's trying to play it for the alternatives, maybe.
I mean, you're just not doing anything in space.
Yeah.
Now that Ray's transport is there. Sand.
Well, Steve lost his second celebration. That might be relevant. Well, I guess we'll retrieve it back. Doesn't matter.
Yeah, I think that was from hand, right?
I think it was top decked. Ooh, losing the infiltrator could be big.
There's ancient watering hole. Okay, well, there we go. So he's got 3 aliens right now.
Yeah.
He should get up to 5 easily this turn.
Yeah. He's got Chewie in his hand. It's a little pricey. Maz doesn't count. You figure the North Quarter's coming out this turn? Possibly.
Got dash in hand too, so yeah. Question is, where do you put Yoda? On the ground?
Yep.
Put him
He
in
hasn't
space?
retrieved yet. He drained, but no retrieval.
Yeah, Casey did not play secret plans, so it's just free retrieval.
Nope. Yeah, Steve Cellucci's coming back. I don't know how much he's been playing online or whatever, but it's been a while since he's played live, so it might be a little bit of rust. He's got a 4-year-old kid. Might be a lot of rust. Who knows? But he's a good player, makes good decisions.
Oh, no retrieval.
Yeah. I wonder if that comes into play. If Casey has a masterful move, and it might be relevant. North Quarter
Maybe
comes down.
taking it back. Yeah, there's secret plans.
Yep. Yep. It's just the last action. That's nice. Is that still the official rule in live Star Wars? You can take back the last action?
I think so. I think most
Yeah.
players will honor that.
Yeah. Steve reconsidering the North Quarter, but not really. Probably just trying to save a little bit of face.
There it is. There's Maz. He's gonna use Maz.
Yep.
Misses. It's pretty good Destiny though.
Yep.
Overall fives.
Yeah, it's a good deck. You can get Yachts get out, then you control your destinies a little bit even more.
Man, it's such a good feeling when you're playing QMC and you open hand Fujix.
Yeah. Dash and
So,
Maz.
there's Ancient Watering Hole. It's active. He's stacked to the North Corridor.
Yep. KFC goes and joins. He's
So let's go.
playing conservatively, but that's all you really need in this matchup right now. Get some damage going, drain for 4. Cancel Casey's drain. I mean, Casey's, what do you think? I mean, his best play at this point is what, like Maul Evazan? Something standard.
To the North
Take out,
Corridor.
yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
Kill it.
Double bladed wall.
I don't know. I hope so. It's still good. I mean, I don't
That
think
probably would be his best play, but
he has the force for it. Like he's just choked. You can't
yeah, I mean, he's
drain.
gonna have to save a bunch of force over multiple turns.
Right.
That's rough.
Next turn, Steve plays Yoda, reflips Hunt down.
Like it's not even worth draining here.
No.
Okay, so he's Sandoing. It's a Saj on
Puts
Sando.
a 1 on Sando. Yeah, nothing working out for Casey this game.
QMC has
There
looked
is a
pretty
lo-
impressive over the past.
It
couple
has.
months.
Yeah. The quality of the guys has definitely gone up with some of these virtual cards, like Lisa virtual is now solid, and Figure and Dan's amazing in this deck. The extra retrieval,
Oh
super
yeah.
good.
I feel like here's my opinion. What do you feel about Hatring Waterhole? I feel like it shouldn't even exist, or just exist for um, agents in the court.
Yeah, maybe. It used to. I mean, on one hand, it feels like it's already nerfed because it's worse than Elor's Mad Deck used to be. But it wasn't good. Like, it wasn't great until the quality of guys has gone up. Like Maz has made it so much better.
Yeah,
So
I feel like it's one of those cards that, yeah, it starts off bad, but the more and more aliens that get made,
yeah,
it just becomes exponentially better.
yeah. There's certainly a limit on like designing aliens because of that one card. Okay, so there's the mall.
Yeah, pay 8 for him, right?
Yeah, so I guess he
Ugh.
won. Yeah, he paid the 8. But 7 second thoughts. Or maybe was that one the 4 before? I don't remember.
Yeah, I think so.
I mean, I like cards like Ancient Ordering Hole. I mean, I like that it creates a deck type that didn't exist. Because all these scrubby aliens without it kind of suck. But I agree with you that maybe some kind of condition, like it's got to be present at a battleground, something
With an
has to
alien.
involve an alien of a species
Or if all your ability is aliens or something like that.
on table. Yeah, that's not
Yeah.
bad. Yeah. Something like entanglements, like you can only deploy like Lost if not. Yeah. Or maybe if it just wasn't like force stream +1, if it were some other kind of global bonus that's still strong but not
Yeah. But then you run into
broken.
the problem that QMC can just play Pukumer at that point, and then
Yeah, but Pukamir's
a lot
you
easier
can
to
do some.
kill.
Yeah, kill him.
It's a lot harder to kill 5 alien species than it is
Yeah,
one guy.
totally. Pukamir, like, is costed appropriately. I mean, he sucks, you know. Yeah, like when you're taking out the free Lobot and the Rose Tico and the bad Lando that pulls Lobot, and you're putting in like these better cards, it just gets a lot better
Yeah.
pretty quickly. I like the deck though. I got to say, I mean, it's not mains and sabers, and it's nice to have something else. Maybe you're right. Maybe Agents of the Court, if you confine it to that. I don't mind seeing stuff like Ancient Warning Hill off of EBO. It's just different. All right, so they drained Vigor Retrieval, Celebration Retrieval.
Yeah.
Yep.
He's got a handful of stuff.
Yeah, and he's got QMC. What is it? Keeping the Empire forever. It's an uphill climb for Casey, that's for sure. But with Forlom out, I mean, he could theoretically set up a 7 with Sando.
He's already
It's
sanded.
possible. Right, but maybe like playing the super long game. I think the blind Sando is tough.
Yeah, I wonder what. I guess he was. I guess if he saw a good Destiny on there, he would pull the trigger on attacking.
Yeah, hoping. That's tough in this game. Like he's, but you figure Steve has this alternative fighting. I mean, he's basically like impenetrable.
Yep. You're not going to clear that North Corridor anytime soon.
No, and space is locked down too. I mean, it's weaker, but not by a whole lot.
Casey paying 3 to grab in a minute. I don't know if that's going to do anything.
Yeah,
Seems like a waste of 3 force.
I'd rather have the 7. The 7 in the deck is a lot better. Yeah, you're right. That his force
I
is
mean, he
at
could
a premium.
and track it, but I just feel like you need every force is going to count here for Casey.
Yeah. And you figure if you're Steve, you're just digging for it's a trap. You're digging for like the cards that save you from the 5% probability that goes where it goes bad for you.
Yep. He's got rescue to save somebody.
Yep. Yoda must have come out because Huntdown's flipped.
Yeah, he's in that stack now.
Yep. Brenson, let me see. Looks like Brenson is playing Brian Fred. Old school matchup.
Wow.
That's fun.
+1 for each character. So even if it's not like 5.
I don't know. What do you think Casey's best play is at this point?
It's like you said, just ball with Dr. Ozone combo and just pray. I mean, Cellucci found a barrier too, so now Casey needs an answer for that. There's ball. There's the barrier. Nope. Barrier goes through.
Yep. It's the one time when that other Lando is like decent.
Yeah. There's Dr. Ozone.
Yep.
Combo.
What does Steven have for this? Like typically keep her eyes open, or like what are the tricks, the standard QMC tricks right now for this?
That's a good question. I don't think there's a lot for Maul with double bladed. mean, he does have Rescue in the Clouds. I'm
Yep.
sure he's playing It's a Trap.
Yep. But for him to come back and be able to like offensively fight.
Dodge would be a good.
Yeah.
But I don't know, if you're Steve, you probably just activate it neighboring and drain.
Yeah.
You can also probably get fancy with Path now.
Yep. Yeah, your neighbor and Yoda over, and you can like kill them all. I don't know if he plays like Choke or anything like super goofy.
Oh, Casey did get Vane out at some point.
Yep. So that'll help. It's like 7 turns too late.
I mean, if Cellucci is feeling really spicy, he could just neighbor in to kill Vane. Beat down Vane.
You could path around on the executor.
Sure.
I mean, he probably just wants to keep this alive. It's speeding up the game more than anything else right now.
Yep.
So Casey really doesn't want to play Twixes this game. He gets Mustafar or whatever. He gets the Vader sight and then loses. He lost a straining bolt. It's interesting.
Okay, here's neighboring. Oh, he is going after Vane. Interesting. I did not think this was. I was joking.
I'm not sure about this.
And there's the handshake. So I guess Casey just had nothing.
Wow. All right. Well, that was an interesting game.
Yeah, that was very methodical by
Yeah.
Cellucci.
Yeah, it was really methodical, and he did what he needed to do in this matchup.
Yeah.
Anyways,
just played very patient.
Yep. He has a long game. All right, Jeremy, can you walk me through how to change names?
Sure. Yeah. So if you open up OBS, you should see it on the bottom panel there.
Sorry.
It should
Where?
be whatever's displaying the stream that you're probably watching.
Watching it on Twitch. Like I just have a Twitch window open right now.
Oh, I got you. Okay.
What's the name of the software?
OBS.
OBS. I don't see it on this.
Could be Streamlabs too. I'm not sure which.
Streamlabs. All right.
Is that it?
Yeah. Let me. Oh, I see the file at least.
It's sure to be open.
Yeah, it's opening up. All right, it's loading up.
Okay.
All right, so this is open. Is there a place where I can edit the people?
Yeah. So you should see 3 boxes at the bottom. One
Yep.
should say sources.
Yep.
And then if you scroll down, you should see players.
Star Wars players.
Could be. I think it's just called players though.
Not seeing players.
What is selected on the left-hand side?
Chat.
Okay, if you select main table or whatever.
The options are black screen coming soon, intro, chat, thank you, and gem.
I don't think it's any of those.
Yeah.
Might have to get Dan to show you. I'm not sure.
Yeah. All right, sounds good.
It's hard for me to.
Yeah, it's all good.
Saying it.
I'll wait till he's done and then figure it out.
It's
Cool, I'll
pretty
be
simple,
back.
yeah.
Yeah, I figured, but for some reason I'm not seeing it. All right, sounds good. I'll handle it on this end for
See
game
it if
6.
you
Yep, see you,
do
man.
some ad reads here. All right, let's do some PSAs. All right.